guys, welcome back to CP Gaming and episode 4 of my TEW 9 AEW from the beginning save. That is a mouthful. Yeah, we are on episode 4. First episode was all in. A beautiful 81 show rating. We had our very first Dynamite. As you know, we are doing little things different back here. We are doing it on how I would have done it. The way CP goes. Second show, first Dynamite, got a 70 rating. I would take that. Our very first show, we had some good matches on there. So yeah, we will take that. Episode 3 was not as good. 65. Yeah, 65 rating. As you can see here, not many big segments apart from the match at the end. Whereas in that one, we had a couple in there, you know. But we get to episode 4. We did get more people this time round, but we didn't get as many viewers. But we are on TNT. We are at episode 4. The tournaments do continue. So without any further delay, I've been chatting for a minute and a half. You just want to see the show. I want to give you the show. So let's get into the show. We kick off from Daly's Place with 2,459 people. And in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but little heat, Matt Cross defeated Evil Uno in 15 minutes by pinfall with a death from above. Very, very good pre-show match. Wrestling rating 58, crowd rating of 20 and a segment rating of 62. That got better than some of the main show matches in the last show. Matt Cross again pulling in a 60 and Evil Uno a decent 56, and they both have great chemistry. Evil Uno got his Evil Doer gimmick and he got an initial rating of 4. Not what we like to see, but yes, we will take that all day long. 62 rating. This pre-show has already outdone the other 2 pre-shows, and we've still got 2 more matches, because as you know, we have 3 pre-show matches. And in our second match, we have Jurassic Express versus Alex Reynolds and John Silver. And in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat, Jurassic Express defeated Alex Reynolds and John Silver in 14 when Jack Perry pinned Alex Reynolds. Wrestling rating of 50, crowd rating of 19, and a segment rating of 56. Luchasaurus had a 56, Jack Perry 44, John Silver 48, and Alex Reynolds a 52. And that's pretty decent. All guys are in and around each other, but Luchasaurus was the standout performer there. Jack Perry and Luchasaurus showed excellent chemistry, and John Silver is getting better at its gimmick, which we love to see. And in our final pre-show bout, we had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Joey Janela defeated Joey Ryan in 14 minutes by pinfall with a moonsault foot stomp. We're back to not being able to talk. Moonsault foot stomp. Wrestling rating of 45. Crowd rating a decent 37 there. Segment rating got a 51, so we gradually got worse throughout the show. But, you know, we'll take that. We want to get the crowd down a little bit. Joey Janela 51 and Joey Ryan a 39. Joey Ryan was off his game again. Joey Ryan's getting better at his gimmick. We will take that. We do now kick straight into Dynamite. And with a video package of last week's show where we had Christopher Daniels defeat Brian Cage in the main event. And where we had Marty Scurll and Maxwell Jacob Freeman, who was known as MJF, again not come to a finish and just beating the living hell out of each other. Video package did a nice 57 rating. Marty Scurll benefited from having Groundswell Public support, and Jacob Maxwell Freeman. Okay, I'm just going to change it into MJF. So I keep butchering that. He's getting better at his gimmick. Half decent way to start the performance. We then, after the video package, we cut to the ring, and in the ring is none other than Cody. And he says, Daly's Place. It's an honour to be standing in front of you all tonight on my first live appearance on Dynamite. As you know, I am entered in the World Title Tournament, and tonight I face none other than Jay Lethal. He is an amazing wrestler, and it is unfortunate for him that he has drawn me. I am destined to win the world title, and I will stop at nothing to do so. I left the other place because I was given stupid gimmicks and I wasn't used properly. And I have shown that if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. So tonight, in the main event, you will see my hand in the air as victor and move on to the semi-finals. So Cody makes his first appearance on Dynamite. It got an 83 segment rating. The boy brings the ratings. Cody and Brandy have pretty good chemistry. The angle got the crowd hotter. Not much better could have got than this. You know, we have started off this show amazing with Cody Rhodes letting everyone know he's here for one thing. We then move into another quarter-final for the women's world title, and in about that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Rio defeated Madison Rayne in 9:51 by pinfall with the Northern Lights suplex. 36 wrestling, 18 crowd, 32 segment rating. Rio had a 38 and Madison Rayne had an in-ring performance of 33. Now, as you can see there is a lot of red. Rio seemed off a game. Madison Rayne was really off a game. That's not very good. The crowd were turned off by having a match outside of the pre-show between workers they don't have any investment in. So obviously these two are unimportant to the fans. But you can only build people if you use them. So we will get them built. And the match cooled the crowd a little, which I am not that bothered about because we had a really hype by Cody. So Rio advances to the semi-finals. But after the match, Rio is celebrating in the ring when from behind, Madison Rayne hits Rio in the back of the head, leaving her on the floor. Madison leaves the ring as she laughs whilst looking back at Rio as EMTs run past to treat Rio. 44 segment rating, so the crowd was into that one. So Madison Rayne leaving Rio out cold while hitting her with an elbow to the back of the head. What does that mean for Rio? Will she be able to compete in the semi-finals? We'll have to find out later down the line. We then go backstage where we see a hyped up Jay Lethal. He says, tonight I have to show everyone who I really am. For years, from promotion to promotion, I've played to the crowd, and where's that got me? I'll tell you where. Absolutely nowhere. Gone are the gimmicks. Gone are me high-fiving the crowd. It's now time for me to shine. And Cody, I get it. You've been on a journey. But unlike most of us back here, we wasn't gifted a contract because of who our fathers were. Tonight, you will see how lethal I really can be. 49 segment rating. Jay Lethal hitting back at Cody, even though Cody hyped him up. And that little dig of, you only got a contract because of who your daddy was. Jay Lethal improvised well throughout the segment. I thought that'd get a little bit better because Jay Lethal was pretty decent on the mic. However, we will still take it. 49. We then move into another match, but in a poor match. Bandido defeated Brian Pillman Jr. in 12 minutes by pinfall with a Revolution Fly. 46 wrestling rating, 29 crowd rating, and a 51 segment rating. Brian Pillman Jr. a 28 and Bandido again an impressive 65. Brian Pillman was off his game, and the performance of Bandido stood out as being good. Bandido is starting to get noticed. Brian Pillman again loses, but he does put in a decent performance of 28. We do need to build these people up because there's a lot of people that are unimportant. So the only way to do that is to put them against people, and eventually going to have to get some wins. But this one, unfortunately, he fell short, where an impressive Bandido picks up the win. We then see a video of Marty Scurll, and he's in a dark room. He's sat on a chair with his umbrella, and he says, "Maxwell, son, 2 weeks in a row, we have not come to a finish in our matches. But I'll tell you what, you have impressed me. You are one tough son of a bitch. But let's make no mistake, I've only just begun to show you what I can do. And next week, you will need to find somebody to help you, as we've been granted a tag match with no time limit. Choose wisely, Maxwell, because you are going to need all the help you can get." 62 segment rating. Pretty good, pretty decent. Tag team match, no time limit. Mike Scurll and his tag team partner, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and his partner. Who will be their partners? Tune in next week and you will find out, guys. Pretty decent, that. I will take that. We then move into a match. Now, this was a match that I threw in there. Both of these are local workers. I'm seeing this as a "do I sign you" match. So it's like a live tryout, you could say. And it was Red Velvet versus Caitlyn. And in a poor match, Caitlyn defeated Red Velvet in 8 minutes by pinfall with a wedgie flatliner. What a name that is. Wrestling rating of 45, crowd rating of 29, and a segment rating of 56. Red Velvet had an in-ring performance of 33, and Caitlyn a 57. And it got the crowd hotter. Now, my personal opinion here, if I was Tony Khan, 33 and a 57, I think I'd sign both. Red Velvet is down as being unimportant, and Caitlyn's no, I think she was recognisable. But I would sign both. Let me know in the comments what you would do. I think these two could bolster our women's division here. Caitlyn is going to be very expensive. I think she's over 1,000. But in my contracts, I tend to do it per show rather than per month. Let me know, you guys, what you think about that. But yeah, decent little match here that helps the show. We then cut to a commercial before that, and as we come back, we have Don Callis, who makes his debut in AEW, and he makes his way to the ring. He stands in the ring, and he has one very simple thing to say. "I am Don Callis, and I have a client who I represent. They will be making their debut at Wrestle Dream. AEW, get ready for your worst nightmare." Quick, simple, in and out. Don Callis, 50 segment rating, has a client, Wrestle Dream. Who's it going to be? Get your comments down below. Speaking of comments, can I also just give a big shout out to Jeff Churchill. Thank you for all your comments on my videos. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying this episode too. Guys, jump in on them comments. It really does. Interaction does help moving forward. I try not to do too many in advance so I can implement some of your ideas, use some of your ideas in there. So yeah, jump in. Let's find out. We then move to a backstage segment where we see the Elite are in their locker room. Matt Jackson says, "We are into the semi-finals, all three of us. That means one thing. We are closer to them titles and showing everyone who really is Elite." Nick says, "You're right, Matt. And when we win, we will have to celebrate like it's 1999. And I am concerned about you though, Kenny. You seem distant." And the camera pans to Kenny. And he says, "Don't you worry about me, Bucks. I'm here for one thing, and one thing only. And that's the AEW World title. And I will crush anyone who gets in my way. Even you, Bucks." Kenny Omega leaves the shot as Matt and Nick look at each other. 60 segment rating. So we're seeing a little change in Kenny Omega here. He seems more intense. He seems more determined. These guys are just having a time of their lives. But he just seems to have switched. And he's basically just told the Bucks, "Get in my way and I'll take you out as well." 60 segment rating. We then have a match. Another quarterfinal match for the tag team titles. And in a poor match, the Gun Club defeated Jacobs and Cabana in 17 minutes when Austin Gunn pinned Colt Cabana with a fame asser. In terms of in-ring, Colt Cabana was head and shoulders above everyone else. Austin Gunn was the weak link. Colt Cabana, 67. Jimmy Jacobs, a 48. Billy Gunn, a 40. Austin Gunn, a 29. Jimmy Jacobs and Colt Cabana don't work well as a team. Well, it's a good job they just lost. 46 wrestling rating, 34 crowd rating, and a 58 segment rating. The Gun Club move into the semi-finals. And after the match, the Gun Club are standing tall in the ring. But as they are celebrating, the lights start to flicker and the Titantron starts to go fuzzy. It then stops and the camera goes back to the Gun Club, who look confused. What does that mean? Is it just a production issue? Let's find out. 45 segment rating. We see Cody warming up and making his way to the gorilla position as Kenny Omega comes in shot and stares down Cody. No words are exchanged between the two as Kenny walks away. 69 segment rating. Two massive stars crossing paths just before the gorilla position. Which leads us to the main event of the night. We are hoping for at least a 70 plus match here to get us a good rating. It's Cody versus Jay Lethal. And in a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Cody defeated Jay Lethal in 23 minutes by pinfall with a crossroads. Wrestling rating of 70, crowd rating of 50, and a segment rating of your beautiful 81. Jay Lethal had an in-ring performance of 53 and Cody a performance of 88. Wow, what a match. These guys delivered to the 2,459 fans at Daly's Place. We had a 65 segment rating last show. Cody moves through to the semi-finals, by the way. He's through. 65 last show. We finish this show on 66. We were one better. We will take that. There's still a lot of mediocre, middle range stuff here, but we need to build people to get good stuff out of it. I'm happy with this. I will take this all day long. It increased our popularity in 17 regions. We used Austin Gunn far too much, and we used Jimmy Jacobs too much. 81. Match here. And a 66 overall. That's episode 4, guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed this. We are still improving. We are improving. We got to build from the bottom. We're 4 shows in to a brand new company, and we're getting matches like 81. So yeah, please comment and subscribe. I am 15 subscribers away as we sit right now from that magical 100 I want. 100 I've set myself a target of, and like I said, when we get to that 100, I will be doing a giveaway. So please comment, like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. I've been CP Gaming. Until next time, episode 5. I'll see you then.